Hello, and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 82. I'm Adam, and today we got the fifth battle of round 2 starting out. So, we're going to introduce the beasts right away and then get right into this fight. I will say right now, though, that this episode will be kind of short because a bit pressed for time, and this is, I think, an obvious matchup. So, we're just going to get it over and done with. Okay, so let's introduce the beasts. Representing Series 4, the Amulet of Avantia, the beast that killed Ursus, the Clawed Roar, in round 1. It is Rashouk, the Cave Troll. And representing the infinite growing group of specials, the Destroyer, quote unquote, Destroyer of Gargantua, the Silent Assassin, in round 1. It is Ospira, the Savage Sorceress. So with both of these beasts, I would say that it's obvious on who's going to win. Ospira currently has the Gargantua ring on, so her power has increased dramatically, and Rashouk has no extra buffs. The battlefield will be in the combat arena as always with a rocky terrain, let's say. So with that, let's get to the stats. Start things off with Rashouk. Abilities: Spectral Form, Natural Weaponry and Petrification, Thick Skin, Enhanced Strength, Enhanced Senses, Enhanced Agility, and Surface Scaling. Weaknesses are Petrification Weakness, Light Weakness, Nail Removal, Weak Senses, and Petrification Reversion. So, okay, because of his weakness to light, it will be at night, this battle. Up next is Ospira. Magic for abilities with Freezing Spell, Wind Spell, Shapeshifting, Fire Spell, and Transmutation. Enhanced Strength, Enhanced Durability, Smoke Breath, Voice Manipulation, and Speech. Equipment: Stone of Durfsin and Staff, Minions, Varcules, and weakness is Reversion. She'll have 2 Varcules with her today. And I forgot to read their bios. I keep forgetting that, even though the Bible is right in front of me. Right, Rashouk. Rashouk lurks in the caves of the Dead Peaks, one of the most terrifying parts of the Forbidden Land. He's 5 times as wide as a man, and his powerful body makes him very dangerous. Rashouk does have one weakness. If a warrior can lure him into the open, he will have a chance to exploit Rashouk's fear of bright light. Sunshine, fire, lightning, all can be used as weapons against the cave troll. And going on to Ospira. One of Tom's most pitiable opponents, Ospira is actually the sister of Adaro, Avantia's greatest wizard, cursed to take the form of this dreadful beast. That's it for Ospira. Right, okay. So now, Rashouk versus Ospira. Let's get into this. So as the chamber doors open, Rashouk makes his way out into the arena, stretching out, ready to wreak havoc, roaring into the arena. And right on the other side, he sees a couple of glowing lights, eyes in the dark, along with a staff with a twinkling flame on it. Rashouk sees the flame and starts to get a bit nervous. Ospira then makes her way out, and as soon as she comes out, she taps her staff down on the ground, and her Varcules appear as well, going to charge towards Rashouk. Rashouk readies himself and goes to scratch at the Varcules, but right before he does that, Ospira shoots a fire ball directly towards Rashouk. Rashouk cowers in fear, but dives out of the way as the fireball explodes, and the Varcules jump onto Rashouk, start trying to bite into him. Rashouk just scratches them briefly, and they turn to stone. He pushes them off him and smashes them. Ospira then summons a freezing spell on top of Rashouk, causing him to freeze in place. And Ospira summons up a giant vortex of fire, in which she pushes it towards Rashouk. Rashouk gets encapsulated in the fiery vortex as he's unfrozen, and Rashouk having his first singe from all this flames, but also kind of being chucked round and round in this fiery vortex, is then greeted by a wind spell which is pushing Rashouk up even more. Rashouk is trying to control himself as he's falling down to the ground. He smacks right into that ground, dust appears everywhere, and Ospira then summons up a red smoke which can just kind of mixes in with the sand and such, which has been summoned by Rashouk slamming into the ground, which merge together. And Ospira, and when Rashouk gets up trying to find Ospira, he can't seem to find her. It's almost like she's invisible in the red smoke. So he charges in and goes to slash at any area that he can. Ospira, being careful not to come into contact with Rashouk, readies her staff, stabs Rashouk in the leg. Rashouk roars in pain, slashes in the direction that he was stabbed, but he didn't hit anything. And Ospira then, using her staff, bangs it on the ground again, and Rashouk looks around to see the rocks, as the fog is deforming, start to bubble and erupt as they turn into molten lava. Rashouk makes his way to the center of the arena, obviously scared by this as the perimeter's shrinking in. And as Rashouk's making his way to the center of the arena, he turns around and is greeted by what looks like just a random spectator. But the spectator seems to have a very sinister grin on her face. Rashouk looks at her finger and sees a very familiar ring. Rashouk realizes Ospira and goes to slash at her, but Ospira reverts back to her normal form, gets a staff ready, and stabs Rashouk right in the jaw, going with the Stone of Durfsin going right through his jaw, up into his upper jaw. And then she yanks it out, summons a fireball, and pushes it right into Rashouk, knocking him back into the lava. Rashouk starts bubbling and boiling, roaring in pain as Ospira is just standing there laughing at Rashouk's pain. She then decides to take mercy on Rashouk by readying her staff and stabbing Rashouk right in the heart. Rashouk gives one last gasp of air before he suddenly goes silent and the lava submerges him. Ospira brings out her staff and makes her way back to her chamber, ready for round 3. So Ospira's won, Rashouk has lost. If you think Rashouk's won, please in comments below why you think that. However, my word's final and Ospira's moving on to the next round. I gave Ospira the victory for the sole reason. Ospira has the power of the Gargantua ring, so her powers are stronger than they were in round 1. And using the Fiery Vortex, which is a new spell which she got with that ring, she was able to already damage Rashouk enough to kind of wear away that fur that he has, and then just be able to attack him, use the lava to her advantage to burn Rashouk, and then finish him off almost painlessly. Almost. Rashouk, I think, stood no chance, because Ospira has the advantage of ranged attacks, and Rashouk's only ability is the claws. So yeah, Rashouk was not winning that one, in my opinion. But with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press this little notification bell down in the corner below. I'll join you in the next battle, which will have 2 more beasts fighting out for a spot in round 3. I think this one's also an obvious matchup though. Until then, peace out.